Hello there everyone, Tomato Play Games here, and today we have a very special video for you guys. And today we will be having our first official Tomatoes build-off. This will be a building competition, and in each game there will be 4 players. There will be a total of 3 rounds, and in each round 1 player will be eliminated. And the winner of the game will get a $10 Roblox gift card, just in time for the holiday. Okay, so now let's introduce our judges. On the very right, we have Becky. In the middle, we have Izzy. And on the left, we have Aftakwa. And after each round, they'll be giving a score to each player using the scoreboard beneath them. And now, let's introduce our players. From the very left, we have Bloxia is Awesome, Tank, Nixter, and the Alt of Demon. And these will be our players for today. Each player will have a plot of their own to build on. They're not allowed to build outside of the white blocks, but they're allowed to build as tall as they want. They are provided with 4 chests full of materials like clays, bamboos, and different kind of wood planks. And each round will have a different time limit. So for the first round, it'll be 5 minutes. For the second round, it'll be 10 minutes. And for the final round, they'll have 15 minutes to build. And like I said earlier, this will be a multi-part series. And if you want to join future build-off, just be sure to be on the lookout for announcement in the Discord server or my post on the Roblox group. The link to both will be in the description down below. And that's enough with the introduction, so let's get this build-off started. And now I will choose a theme for the first round, and the theme for the first round will be monsters. So they will have 5 minutes to build whatever they think best fits a monster, and the judges will judge the score, and whoever has the lowest score will be eliminated. And let the first round begin. Okay, so after 5 minutes, I feel like the time was too short, so I increased the first round to 10 minutes. The second round will be 10 minutes as well, and the final round will be 20 minutes. So now, let's go see what our contestants have built so far. Tank is unfortunately using a mobile device, so it's a little bit harder for him to build, but it does look like he's building something interesting. And I don't know why, but Bloxia is building a house. I did tell him a few times that the thing was monster, but he's building a house. So I'm a little bit confused. Maybe it will become like a monster house, I guess. But yeah, we will see. Okay, so what do we have here? It looks like a slime monster kind of a thing. Wait, we can actually go inside of the monster. That's pretty cool, I guess. And Demon is building a pixel art of some kind. All of our contestants have built quite interesting stuff. And now let's fast forward to the end of the first round. And time's up for the first round. And now let's move on to the judging phase. So our first contestant to be judged will be Bloxia. I'll also have them explain to the judge what they made. Oh, okay, so Bloxia said his house is based on a scene in Monster Scene. It's where they do their scare test, and he also said there's a monster inside. Okay, this makes more sense than building a house. And the judges came to look at the house in more detail. And now, let's see what score Bloxia gets. With the combined score of 3, 4, and 3, our first contestant got a score of 10. Now, let's move on to the next contestant. And next up, we have Tank. Even though he didn't finish his monster, he could explain it in a way to make the judges think that this was what he wanted to make. He could say that his monster was fighting against another monster, and the other monster ate half of his body, and this is a leftover carcass of the monster that he has. And this way he can make his unfinished monster seem like a finished monster. Oh, and since it's becoming nighttime, I'll have to use the code generator to power up the scoreboard because the solar panel doesn't work at night. And now let's see the score. And with the score of 2, 3, and 2, Tank has a total of 7. And now let's move on to the next contestant. And next up, we have the art of Demone. And let's have him explain what the pixel art thing that he made. Okay, so he says the thing he built is Slenderman in like a Minecraft version. To me, it looks more like a faceless person wearing a suit and tie. It's pretty cool as a monster, I guess. And now let's see what score he will get. With a score of 3 4s combined, the art of Demone has a score of 12. And now let's move on to our final contestant. And our final contestant will be Nixter. And let's see what he built. Okay, so he says he tried to make a blob looking thing that eat people with the pipe thing. Okay, so I'm guessing like the seats are like traps where if you sit on the seats, the blob will suck you up and eat you. And when you get sucked up, you'll go inside of its body. And I guess you'll live in there. It's actually not that bad in here. And now, let's see what score he gets. With a perfect score of 3 5s, Nixter has a score of 15. And unfortunately, this means Tank will be our first contestant to be eliminated. Before we start the next round, we need to break everything off the plot first. Now that everything's clean up, the theme for the second round will be tomato. So our contestants will have 10 minutes to make the best tomato they possibly can. And let the round begin. And as we can see here, Demone is making another type of pixel art, and Nick across from Demone is already done with its 3D object. It looks like he's adding eyes to it. And what is Bloxia making? It looks like he's making cherry. Huh. Interesting. Okay, next, I feel like next is already done. He has a face on the tomato. It looks interesting. Okay, guys, I swear Bloxia is making cherry. That's cherry. I guess we'll just wait a bit and see what he makes in the end. It seems like everybody's pretty much almost done, but I feel like Nixter won't be able to finish it in time. There's only 3 minutes left, and let's see what they can do in the remaining 3 minutes. Okay, and with that, time's up. Let's see what everybody made, and then let's go to the judging phase. So first, we have Demone's tomato. It does seem incomplete, but he can always explain a way that maybe his first monster, the Slenderman, ate part of the tomato, and that's why they're hosting it. That could convince the judge. And on the other side, we have Nixter's tomato with the face. I feel like it is the cutest, but it doesn't seem that realistic. But I would love to have a pillow version of what Nixter made. Okay, actually, Bloxia didn't make a cherry. At first I thought it was cherry, but instead it's like a bunch of tomato you would buy at the grocery store. Okay, so from what I've seen so far, Demone has a tomato that I will hang on my wall like a piece of artwork. Nixter has a tomato that I would put by my bed like a pillow, and Bloxia has a tomato that I would actually eat. All three of them could pass, but now it's up to the judges to decide who will move on and who will be eliminated. So first up, we have Bloxia, and let's see what score he will get from the judges. With a score of a 444, Bloxia has a total of 12 points. And next up, we have the Art of Demon. And let's see what score he gets. Oh wait, he has a really long backstory. Okay, so here's the backstory. My tomato is a British tomato, and he was saying he was the best tomato ever. Then the French tomato came, and this is the British tomato after the war. Okay, that's believable. And now, let's see what the score the judges give him after his explanation. With a score of 3, 4, and 3, the Art of Demon has a combined point of 10 points. And now, let's move on to the final contestant of this round, Nixter. Okay, so Nixter said he made tomato from VeggieTale, and VeggieTale is like a really old cartoon from back in the day, and I can kind of see it. Now, let's see what score the judges will give him. And with a total of 3 4s, Nixter has a combined score of 12. And with that, the second round will come to an end. And unfortunately, the one with the lowest score will now be eliminated. And now, let's clean everything up and move on to the final round. And in the final round, I'll combine 2 of the plot and make it into one big plot. So both players will have twice as much space to build. So for the final round, we have Nixter versus Bloxia is Awesome. They both have 20 minutes to build, and the final theme will be Christmas. So whoever makes the best Christmas themed stuff within 20 minutes will go home with a price of $10 Robux gift card, and let the final round begin. And with that, the final round is over. And now, let's get to the judging phase. Both of them actually made really similar things. They both built a Christmas tree with a bunch of presents around it. And now, let's see what each of the players' scores are. So first up, will be Bloxia is awesome. Let's first check out his build. Alright, now let's see what score he will get. For the final round, with a score of 4, 5, and 5, Bloxia got a total of 14 points. And now let's see if Nixter can surpass this near perfect score. And now it's Nick's turn to be judged. Will Nick get a better score or worse score than Bloxia? And in case of a tie, I will be the tiebreaker, so I would decide which one I think is a better build. Actually, one of the judges is changing her number. With a perfect score of 15, our winner for the first official tomato build-off is Nixter7778. And with that, it will conclude our first tomato build-off. Nixter will win the prize of a $10 Robux gift card, and it will be DM'd to him right after this recording. And shout out to all our contestants from today: Tank, Demone, Bloxia is awesome, and finally Nixter. And thank you to our 3 judges, Becky, Easy, and Afterqua. And thank you to everybody who pressed like and hit the subscribe button. And just so everybody knows, this will be a first part of a multi-series. So if you want to participate in future build-off, just make sure you're in my Roblox group or Discord server. I do recruit players from both sides. The link to everything will be in the description down below. And again, thank you everybody. And that'll be it for me today. Peace out everyone.